everybody, it's Brooke with The Buttered Home. Welcome to Messy Kitchen Monday. Oh, I am tired. I have been going live for 5 nights in a row and tonight is number 6. I have cooked up a storm this weekend as well as the last 5 nights. And actually, while I might be tired, it's been a ton of fun. My family, though, I think is a little bit spoiled because they've had like food to eat. I normally cook about 3 times a week, and I've cooked 5 nights in a row for them. So they're extremely happy, but they may be extremely disappointed come tomorrow. Anyhow, happy April. Hopefully today you kind of made it through the day unscathed with any April Fool's jokes. I know where I work, we are entirely too busy to worry too much about April Fools. So we would never see it coming if somebody did something to us at work because we stay just jam-packed first of the month. Through the 5th, really. But we did make it through the day. Monday, the 1st, is down, and we can move forward with the rest of the week and get some stuff done. I don't know if any of my regular Messy Kitchen Monday people have heard or have seen any of the past 5 live nights, but the Busy Gals Cooking Club is officially open. The doors are open. So if you missed it back in February, now you can get in to the Busy Gals Cooking Club for $9.99 a month. You get 3 recipes a week, shopping list, video tutorials. We cook live from time to time in the group. And the main thing is just wonderful fellowship with a group of busy gals just like you who serve as inspiration for one another to cook with and for our families. So if you're on the fence before, now's the time to get in. And I will drop a link in the comments to that if that's something you may be interested in. It'll be open the whole month, so we'll be talking about that a lot on Messy Kitchen Mondays to come. The other thing is it is vegetable month. Now, y'all know I love to garden. So every year, starting in about February, I get to kind of planning what all I'm going to plant. I like tomatoes. Tomatoes are my favorite thing in the world to plant in my garden. And I try to stagger planting of them early so I have some early, and then I don't always do it, but I try to plant some later so that I can have tomatoes a little bit longer throughout the year. Living in Zone 8 in the Alabama the Beautiful, I'm able to do that because, you know, 2 days ago it was summer and yesterday and today we had some winter. So as long as you're prepared and watch the weather so you can kind of take care of your new plants in the South, you are mostly prepared for anything because our weather is drunk. Anyway, so in thinking about what I wanted my Messy Kitchen Monday theme to be, I kind of did that along the lines of vegetables. We love fresh vegetables here at The Buttered Home, and I'm going to show you how to take some vegetables and turn them into some really, really good side dishes this month. Since we just finished up Southern Classics in the month of March, we're going to kind of use that theme to roll us over into April, and tonight I'm going to be showing you how to do collard greens in the Instant Pot. Y'all, I believe this is my husband's favorite food. Next to pound cake, of course, but this is his favorite green vegetable. This is probably the only green vegetable that I can make for him that he doesn't kind of grumble under his breath about, because I have to sometimes ask him if he got any salad, because, you know, we eat buffet style, and sometimes when he sits down to eat, I kind of peek at his plate and I have to remind him that there's salad to be eaten for supper. And he gives me a look, and then he says, kind of like I do to him sometimes, "Yes, dear," and he gets him some salad. So we compromise. If you've been married for any length of time, you know how to do that well too. So tonight we're going to talk about collard greens, and I'll be right back. If you're not not sure what collard greens are. They look more like palm leaves. They are this big, beautiful plant, not to be confused with mustard greens, because they are the tastier and the heftier of the two, I think. But collard greens can scare a lot of people. I know, I was talking to my husband earlier whenever I was washing these, and I said, you know, every time I clean and prepare collards for us to eat, I think about my father-in-law. He loved to plant these. He planted them every year, and I can remember as a young newlywed, he would always bring me some, and I finally asked him one time, I said, okay, so how do I do this? Because I think I cooked them once before, and I think I just kind of cut it off right here at the stalk, and I didn't wash them, so they, you know, they were real gritty. I had a lot to learn. So I'm going to save you a little trouble tonight and give you the Bill Burks lesson on collard greens. And I hope that, that it'll be as valuable to you all as most of everything he ever said to me was as valuable to me. But collard greens are wonderful. They are a very hearty, healthy plant, and you can usually buy them in big bunches for on the cheap at the grocery store, and they are fine. And I have found a way to cook them in my Instant Pot in 30 minutes. Yes, in 30 minutes. So collard greens can be one of those things that, you know, you have to cook for long periods of time with lots of seasoning and things like that. But the Instant Pot is this is one of the things that will help you with. So the collard greens, when they come, you want to wash them at least twice. Normally what I do is I unband them, and then I like to buy them while they're still like on the stalk. And then I'll pop them off the stalk and put them in a sink full of warmish water with just a drop or two of Dawn dishwashing soap. Now, I also have cleaned them before with just regular white vinegar. Sometimes you can get them and they'll look like they've had bugs. Now, if they have bugs, that's when I clean them with white vinegar. But these, as you can see, were just perfect and beautiful. No yellow spots, no holes, no indication of any bugs whatsoever. So I soaked these for about 10 minutes on the stalk in tepid water with just a couple of drops of Dawn. Then I rinse them and let the water out of the sink. Rinse them again, and then I cut them, but I don't cut them. I tear them, and I'm going to show you in Facebook World tonight how to make easy prep of these big, wonderful collard leaves. Now you'll notice there is a big stem or a rib, and when you hold the collard like this, it naturally kind of flops over. If you hold it the other way, it's more like a cup. So if you'll find the way that it naturally kind of hangs, then you can take the collard itself and hold it by the stalk and take your other two fingers and just strip it off, and you're left with the stalk. And there you go, you have this beautiful, wonderful portion of the collard already done. And I like to take mine and rip them into quarters, and that's how I cook mine. So I then take the torn pieces and I soak them again in tepid water for about 10 more minutes. So you see, the prep for them takes about as long as the cooking time, but it's worth it, I promise. Knowing that they're clean and free of sand is the difference between a good collard and a horrible collard. So I've got mine all prepped and ready, and I hope that you use this method too, because this is one of the many things that my dear departed father-in-law taught me that will go on with me forever. And I hope I'm sure that that's probably a method for a lot of people, but I like to refer to it as the Bill Burks method. So I'm gonna put this over here with my other collards, and we're gonna prep and get started. Be sure, if you're joining us tonight, to give us a wave. Drop a comment. Let us know where you're watching from if you're new. We would love to have your input on all of this. All right, how's it looking, Tanner?
Looks good.
All right, let me make sure my camera's good. Now you'll see I have my 6-quart Instant Pot. Now, it takes at least this to do 1 bunch of collards. If you have an 8-quart, you can probably do 2 bunches of collards. So, but I'm just doing 1 tonight because this is the biggest Instant Pot that I have. Now, the key ingredient to any good collard are these wonderful things right here called ham hocks. And you can usually find these at your grocery store in the butcher section. And they are smoked pork ham hocks. And y'all, they are full of flavor. They don't have a lot of meat on them, but you'll notice that they have bone. And when you have bone, you have marrow. And whenever you cook these, you not only get the smoked pork flavor from the pork itself, but you also get that smoked marrow too. And that's what is key in cooking any green, in my opinion, is having a good ham hock. And y'all, these are about $3. And you get 3 good size, and I'm only gonna use 1, so I'm gonna package my other 2 up and freeze them for later use. So you can get about 3 recipes out of this. So we're gonna take our ham hock and we're gonna put it in the bottom of our Instant Pot. Let me just move everything out of the way. And then I have 1 medium onion that I have chopped, and it goes right in with the ham hock as well, along with salt, oh, okay, come on around, pepper. I have to tell y'all, we occupy the dogs with potato chips. That's how we get them to behave during Messy Kitchen Monday. And one of my favorite spices, red pepper flakes. Now I like my collards to have a little kick to them and a little bite, and the red pepper is just perfect for that. So then we add in our minced garlic as well. And let me just make sure I got everything. And then our vegetable broth. And yes, you put all in here, everything in here first. The last thing that you're gonna put in is gonna be your collards. And I'm about to show you how we do that here in just a second. Now, if you've ever cleaned collards and cut them or stripped them, you know, buddy, it looks like a lot. That's about half of a bunch right there. And as you can see, it's gonna be a tight fit in there. But I promise you, 1 bunch will fit in a 6-quart Instant Pot. What you're just gonna have to do is you are just gonna have to pack them down. And when the 30-minute cook time is up, these will be reduced by half. So pack them in there, get them in there. You notice that's why I put my cooking liquid in there before I put these in here. The wonderful thing about the Instant Pot is that it uses that liquid and it brings it to a boil and converts it into steam so that it comes up and it just envelops the collard greens and cooks them to a wonderful perfection. Now, of course, I've got some ready. So these will go in your Instant Pot on manual or pressure cook for 30 minutes. When the cook time is up, I turn it to off and I let it natural pressure release, you know, for about 10 minutes or so, and then relieve the pressure off of the Instant Pot if there's any remaining in there. Now, you don't want to do a quick release on these because there's a lot of liquid in here. I know it didn't look like much, but these are greens and they are mostly water. So it's going to cook off a lot of liquid and it's going to produce a lot of liquid as well. So if you turn that valve too soon, and you're going to have a mess in your kitchen that's going to smell like collards. So there you go. But I'm gonna get mine that are done. Oh, and they smell so good. And there they are. Now, here is another trick. I'm going to take out that ham hock. Now, if there's any meat on it and you wanted to, you could strip it off and put it back into the collards, but usually I'm just interested in the flavor and that marrow. So we're not done now. For me, the trick to good greens is apple cider vinegar. And I don't mean just any apple cider vinegar. I'm going to fully tell you that this Bragg apple cider vinegar is the best that you can get. It has the mother in it. That is usually the stuff in the bottom. So you want to shake it up. And you want just about a half a teaspoon in there. Not much. But it gives a zip and a zing to these collard greens that really, really brings out their flavor. And it doesn't take much. Like I said, it's just about a half a teaspoon. And y'all, fry up some cornbread. And what are you talking about? That is heaven in a bowl right there. This, my husband and I could eat this and a little bit of fried cornbread and nothing else and just be happy and have good dreams all night for the rest of the night. So that is collard greens made easy in the Instant Pot. 30 minutes. You spend about 20 minutes washing and tearing them, but in 30 minutes in the Instant Pot, you just can't beat that. And y'all, they are so, so good. They're full of flavor. That ham hock does something to them that just is wonderful. And you'll see later in the month, we have another use for the ham hocks that we have left over. So ham hocks work really, really well and add a lot of flavor to your greens or your vegetables, period. So don't be afraid of them. Try ham hocks because they are good. Now, I'm waiting on my husband to show up in here and get this bowl of collards because I know how he is. But I don't have him any cornbread, so I'm good, but I'm not that good. I couldn't get everything done. I did have supper ready before I got home, which was nice. But anyway, this recipe, as well as many others, will be on our blog later this week. If you are signed up as a subscriber or a VIP to the Buttered Home, you will get first notification of when this recipe goes live. We have lots of really good other recipes on our website, so if you haven't been to thebutteredhome.com, we'd love for you to check us out. And this recipe, among all of the other wonderful vegetable recipes we have for the month of April, will be coming up too. We really enjoy doing this. We hope you enjoy watching, and we will be back next week with more for you. So y'all have a wonderful night, and from the Buttered Home to your home, we love you. Bye.